Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Ohana. It is Liquid TLO against Zenio, a ZVZ that I am anticipating so much. In the bottom right-hand corner, we have Liquid Zenio as the purple Zerg. And over in the top left-hand corner, we have TLO. Now, TLO known for being a tricky player, but we've seen him standardize a ton in his ZVZs. If you didn't see already, check out his match against Hyun. It was actually one of the coolest matches, in my opinion. And TLO showed to play it really, really close, I felt.
Yeah, it was a couple of mistakes cost TLO the series, which actually I feel like that's kind of been TLO's season in a nutshell. A couple of mistakes here and there have really cost him games in the series. And when we look at TLO's track record, he faced Naniwa Select, who was on a tear, Galaxy, who basically got in on ZVZ, and Oz and Hyun. These are great guys that can play against Zerg players, with the exception being Naniwa. And I think TLO is really starting to find his footing. You know, he did pretty well at the last foreign tournament he went to, and people have high expectations. He's starting to piece it together for, you know, he's starting to stream a lot more, has kind of cool builds. I love the way he played Puma series, but that was a few weeks ago. Yeah. And now TLO has something to prove because, you know, there's a lot of Zergs on Team Liquid, and it's kind of hard to garner attention because even when Team Liquid needs a Zerg beyond Zenio, they go to Chef, right, for the Team League. Because if you were watching the IPL Team League where they were facing off against New Star Hoso, they killed Hero and they killed Tasia, and they needed to pick someone else that wasn't a Korean, so they picked Chef. TLO is slowly going to start gravitating towards that anchor Zerg for Team Liquid, and I feel like this is like the turning point. It's the end of the year. Lots of tournaments are going to happen. Keep an eye out for TLO because I feel like he can do well.
Yeah,
what do you think, Andre?
Depends if Team Liquid takes Jaedong or not, man.
Or Flash.
Or Flash.
Flash is like, I think if I want to join a foreign team, I'm joining Team Liquid. And I'm like, man, this is going to blow up really soon. And I'm like pretty sure it was first front page on Reddit. It was like a huge post on Team Liquid. And you know what? It's something for Team Liquid to be proud of. You know, it's to have players want to be on your team like that. It's awesome. Really cool. Must be Phil. You've made it, man. Imagine it's like, yeah, I want to be coached by Greetor. Like if Jaedong said that or Flash said that. It's like, man, if I would ever to have a foreign coach and ever like say like BC or Rain is like, yeah, if I was ever to not have Boxer as my head coach, I pick Greetor.
Oh.
Pretty awesome.
Huangson says I'm the best coach he's ever had.
It's true.
And he was on Team MVP at one point. Well, you know, just not bragging or anything, but I'm kind of a big deal.
That's true. You and QXE would get along very nicely. Actually, you guys probably do.
I love QXE. He's like the coolest guy ever.
Even proving my point. Just kidding. I love QXE too, and I really wish QXE was doing better. In fact, someone was posting in chat like, man, TLO and QXE are like some of the smartest guys that they're like some of my favorite players because they're so smart and they're well-spoken, they're funny, they're handsome, they're awesome, but they're not doing well in NASL. it's like really tough to be a TLO or QXE fan when it comes to NASL, and I think it's not necessarily that tough. It's heartbreaking because in the end TLO loses, but I mean he's not like 0 and 10. He's like 5 that. He's winning games. He's taking games off some of these top players. If he can just piece it together for some series.
Well, 3 out of the 5 best of 3s that he lost by 2-1. So it sounds like he's doing absolutely terrible. But yeah, I'm sorry, the hard candy.
Map score does come into effect, by the way, for elimination,
yeah.
Especially if you're like at the 2-6, 3-5 borderline.
It's important to note that Lucifron actually said that TLO was going to be one of the front runners in the most recent Home Story Cup. Was it Home Story Cup?
Home Story Cup?
No, it wasn't.
You mean DreamHack?
DreamHack.
DreamHack Valencia?
I'll get there, Andre.
Yeah. Don't worry, man. It's been a long day.
I don't know why I said Home Story of all tournaments.
Yeah.
It's like the whatever.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I think TLO is one of those players that surprised a lot of people. He had his best placing in a very long time, and I'm excited to see. At the same time, Zenio at the same time needs to also step that up as well. Sure, he's one of the Koreans on Team Liquid, but he's been kind of straggling together. Zenio also has a very standard roach-based style. Loves going for mid-game like Roach Infester, and then kind of throwing in Hydras whenever he can, but being everywhere. Packs of Roaches here, Brood Roaches there. And then TLO is kind of like the guerrilla tactics kind of Zerg. Loves doing cute stuff to really get ahead, and if you give him too much space, he runs circles around you, and then he does a lot of damage. And he can also play that straight-up style. He can play Macro Roach Hydra Infester as well.
Right now he is going into what looks like Roach Warren. Okay, this might be a preemptive Roach Warren. Spire might go down. Spire, prove me right.
From TLO?
Mm-hmm.
Well, TLO does have a lot of gas banks.
Oh, okay. There's a big all-in coming. That's why he's not doing that.
Yeah, he has to be careful of this Roach Bane attack. This is actually a really strong pressure build from Zenio. He does have significantly less drones as well. TLO, ooh, walling off. Very nice quad Evo chamber just to basically force some of those Banelings to come off. Zenio has to show a little bit of restraint, or is he just going to go for the weak one? Oh, nice job picking that off, and he's found a little hole. Although being able to evacuate the drones just in time, but Zenio now has free reign over that natural.
That's a big gaping hole now, Frodan, and I don't know how TLO is going to stop this. Roaches are on the way out at this point, and this might be, it's going to be tough. Nice transfuse, but more Zerglings are running in here. The Spine Crawlers are getting taken out, and TLO just does not have enough here. Drones are being pulled off the line. That's never a good sign. TLO trying to play it super greedy by getting fast lair, not even getting a Baneling nest.
Yeah, he actually droned up like crazy as well, but now Zenio grabbing a huge lead. In fact, he might be able to take this lead all the way home to the touchdown because he does have a big army advantage. TLO still forced to fight Zenio. Yeah, the supply count is just way too much of an advantage for Zenio because he has more workers, more Roaches, more Zerglings coming in, and now he's into the production line. GG. Zenio takes game number 1. And I felt kind of silly because we spent the first 6 minutes of that game building up, in the last minute casting the battle. I was like, man, yeah, Zenio is all about this mid-game aggression, loves doing this huge attack. But you're right, the 2-base Roach Bane attack was just very well executed.
Well, he got punished so hard. I mean, the initial 2 Banelings gave him all indicators. He saw the 3rd and 4th gas and was like, okay, you have a very heavy indicator that you're going Muta. When you see 3rd and 4th gas up that early, you're like, oh, well, you could have put both gases there from the get-go, but I saw your gas in the beginning. I know you have at least 3 gases, and when I see no Zerglings or Banelings out in the field and you're actually dying a lot to the, like 10 Zerglings and 2 Banelings, I know you have no units. You're going for Mutas, you're going for Infestors. One of the 2 I'm going to hit right before there.
Strong timing and execution by Zenio. He takes game number 1. That game was brought to you by Kingston HyperX, the provider of SSD and memories for NASL. Check them out at kingston.com. When we come back, game number 2 between Zenio and TLO. We'll find out who's going to come atop on this liquid battle, the Civil War, when we return.